Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great Thursday morning so far. I myself am struggling a little bit. I did a stream in the middle of the night and thought I would get a nap in between, but not had much of one. So I am kind of tired this morning. That's all right. I did get a lot done, and that's good. I've actually got to go help my daughter this morning at her house. She needs some help doing some stuff. I'm not sure what yet. I'm just told I'm supposed to bring tools, and it's something that she needs a man to help with, which that's odd because she usually doesn't. Mr. Crow seems to be struggling this morning also. Nothing a little caffeine can't help. I was hoping I would hear from like SevrSevn. Maybe he could come on this morning and show us a little bit of his stuff. Haven't heard from him, so I don't know what's up with that. Let's see, what else? Mr. Ed Durbin is in the house. Edyards. That would be 5 of those. He's 5 times the fun. I guess we could start out by talking about what I had in my pocket last night. I had this in my front pocket, which is a Kaiser, I believe it's the Bulldog. Super handy little knife. I did end up cutting quite a few things with it after my stream. I love the crossbar action on these Kaisers. Feels really good. So I had that in the front pocket. And then in the back pocket, I had another Kaiser. Another little stout boy. This is the Towser S. Another super little cool liner lock knife with butter action. These Kaiser bearings must be very high quality because they all feel super smooth. So I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with the Instagram drama again. But that same guy, Steve Kalari, has been in more drama. I guess from another guy named Jacob, who bought a knife from him, and I guess somebody ended up washing a kitchen knife in the dishwasher and it rusted. And so he sent it back to Steve to help let Steve, PJ Crazy, yo, good morning. Steve help him repair the knife. And I'm not sure the whole story on the situation. Morning, Pete. But there is a situation going on. I just noticed this video this morning. I don't know. I guess this is from Jacob's YouTube page. And it says Super Steve. Let's
absolutely honest through every step of every process of everything that I do, even if it makes me look bad, than ever tell a lie. It's disgusting to me. It's people like Steve that make me overly averse to saying anything that is even marginally untrue. Be absolutely honest.
All right, so does anybody know what the real situation is?
Something good about him, you will hear that he speaks the truth and tells it how it is, because he called out Jake Hoback for allowing his knives to be marked as made in the USA when he's importing stuff from China and selling it at an American price. Survive. There's a couple other brands he likes.
Yeah, does anybody know the whole situation? What's going on with all this Steve Kalari stuff? I know that I watched a little bit of this video, I guess, but he's just been going downhill since this video. Yeah, it's just been crazy since this video. Anybody got any insights on the morning drummer, South Park Carry? Our weather has gone from 80 to 40 in a day. It's supposed to stay like 30s the next few days, and I don't like it. Let's go look at the Jacob Peterson's YouTube and see if we can deduct and see what's going on with this situation. I know that it was about a knife, a kitchen knife that he bought from Steve and then ended up rusting himself. Then Steve was supposed to help him. Okay, that's not him. Jacob, was it B Peterson? Thought some of y'all would have a better feel on what's going on here. It's an hour
video. Hey guys,
video.
I'm Jacob, and today I'm going to talk to you about Chef Steve Kalari, former chef Steve Kalari, who refers to himself as Super Steve. I'm sorry, Super Steel Steve. Now, the algorithm and analytics show that YouTube videos do best when you start yelling at the camera and get super hype right away. So instead of doing that, I want to give us a general synopsis of this video, what the point of this video is, and that is that Steve is a liar, Steve is a hypocrite, a braggart, and could quite potentially be a scammer or have potential to be a thief. Now, Steve has mentioned that he's considering getting a lawyer for defamation for a few different things throughout this process. I'm sorry to tell you, Steve, I don't know what your experiences in court have been, but you can't get a state-appointed lawyer to sue someone in civil court. Okay, so what's going on here, and most importantly,
that's pretty funny.
Why does it matter? I don't normally, especially
you can't get a public pretender
like
to sue somebody in court.
Very little interest in white knighting, and I have very little interest in knife drama. I generally want to see the American-made knife community remain as strong as possible. So I've had some run-ins with Steve and some of his crew in the past. I've never made a video about it. I've never talked about it because it just wasn't worth it. But now we have a situation where Steve quite realistically could have been trying to steal like $3,800 from a really good guy who invested in him. And in return from that situation is now treating that guy like dog crap and defaming him. At this point, we have a guy whose product is overhyped, whose customers are not getting what they are paying for, and who, by all accounts, looks like he was trying to rip somebody off for doggone close to $4,000. At this point, it is a public service announcement. Now, I want to start this video from here with a character profile on Super Kevin. I'm going to refer to him as Super Kyle or Kyle going forward. Why? Because Kyle likes drinking monsters and punching holes in drywall, and it's a really, really good fit.
Good morning, TC Blades.
Guy and about Survive Knives since Blade Show.
So we're not going to watch this whole video, but evidently the situation was that guy has now gotten into it with two people in a month, one of which is a very well respected, I guess both these guys are decently respected people. Kyle does seem like a good fitting name for YouTube just gave me a warning saying it. Yeah, that was just showing the name Kyle, why I was naming him Kyle. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't get caught up in a lot of this knife drama that goes on
Absolutely.
On Instagram. There's Knives Are Life carry for the day, I guess. Where's Be Shady stuff? Usually pops up pretty quick. Yeah, there's his response, I guess, one of them. Another hour and 10-minute video we're not going to watch, but if y'all want to go check out the drama, it's, I don't know what we're doing here, but weird stuff. There is some stuff going on. Wow, what is that? People make some strange stuff with AI nowadays. Some of those videos where, what is that thing? There's Melissa Backwoods for you guys. Pretty wild looking little knife. Huh. Yeah, if y'all want to check out the drama, it's on Instagram and I guess YouTube now. I don't know what we're making there, but more Melissa Backwoods, more thoughties. But I don't know myself what's actually going on. Don't really care, honestly. I did receive the knife yesterday from Tenable to review. I have not shot that review yet. I was thinking about doing it over the night, but I just haven't yet. Looks like a pretty cool little knife. Of course, Tenable is the budget brand for Concept. A lot of companies have been putting out their budget brand. Concept is just the latest to do it. I don't know why YouTube keeps giving me little messages now. It says something about my bit rate. Yep. That's how Instagram goes, Ed. I don't use it much, but I do pop in there to see what's going on a little bit. Speaking of what's going on, what time does the Devo drop today? And is it dropping on the website? Yeah, I guess we'll look at it here. 1 p.m. Eastern, so noon my time. Who all here is going to try to grab one of these? I think they were sold out in 10 minutes last time, maybe. I guess I like that version the best, even though I don't normally like patterns. Gotta have a pattern. Might as well get the pretty one. I think that's the one. Was it TC got already? Or yeah, TC already got his. Guess he picked it up at Blade Show or something. Let's see. Something else. Yeah. The Black Pearl it would have been my first choice, but then I looked at it, it's got to have a pattern on it. Wakanda Forever, Jack Sparrow. Oh, the Black Pearl must be a Blade Binge exclusive, maybe. Dark Mode, Tall Boy. Yeah, I do like that one better. I guess. Thing I like about this knife is the movable thumb stud. If it has a movable thumb stud. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I thought you could slide it down that channel, but maybe you can't. Maybe that's a different Devo. I'm not familiar with Devo knives. Yeah. It's just PJ. It's just impractical for them to make one because they can't produce one for the right money, like doing it here in the U.S. You got to pay people a fair wage, I guess, here, and that's what drives it up. Oh yeah, I wanted to see when Blade Show Atlanta is. Do y'all know when what day that is? It's coming up soon, I believe. June 6th to 8th. So we still got time to plan something if a bunch of us want to go to it. I think it'd be cool if a bunch of us met up there. Go ahead and sign up for the newsletter. How much are tickets? Let's see. Single day pass 25, 3-day pass 65. Children 12 and under free. I might try to take off work and go. It's not a bad drive for me. One hour early entrance for the early bird pass. Diamond Dave. I don't know how that came up, but unless I'm missing some comments from somebody. I saw a guy posted that Geo knife. Makes me wish I would have ordered one. Looked like it ended up being a nice little knife. It's a decent price for a knife. I still think that's a good price for $125 for M390. It's got a full 3-inch blade. Kubi OEM, I believe. Cool looking little knife. I bookmarked quite a few knives the other day. That was that one. Still want to get one of those. Drummer, which one do you wish had bearings? Am I missing chats? No. I don't know. I was like, beard? Oh, the Geo? Is it running on washers? No, PJ Crazy. Knives can run on washers or bearings. Knives that run on washers usually don't have generally don't have as smooth of action. Does it say that? Did it say that? Did I not pay attention? Bronze washers, yeah. So it's not running on bearings. Huh. Yeah, that would be nice. I wonder if that's got room for skiffs. I wonder how big I doubt it. Let me see if this guy has a video. Or a disassembly picture. Yep, there's a disassembly picture. That's what I was hoping to find. So yeah, PJ Crazy, you see that knife doesn't have bearings. It's just got 2 washers. Yeah. The good thing about washers, PJ, is they can't get like dirt and sand in them to affect their action. So if you want a long-term knife, it's better to have it on washers. Bearings, if you work, in the sand or dirt, bearings can get clogged up and have you not taken apart many knives, PJ? I'm guessing not. Yeah, this one has liners, and it's a crossbar lock, so it has a few more parts than normal. But overall quality looks good on it. I like the little nested liners for the crossbar. Pretty cool. Here's some nice knives. Oh, look at that engraving on that top Wii. That's pretty cool, that laser engraving. Pretty wild. It's like a battle scene from back in the day on ships, I guess. There's a Carrera in the middle there. Yep, some cool knives. Yeah, I don't carry that many washer knives either. Um, I bought a little motor to make a thing to break in washer knives, but I never finished building that either. Um, I bought a little linear actuator, which is basically a DC like motor that moves in and out, and I was going to make a little rig that would grab the blade and hold it and move the linear actuator back and forth to open and close the blade. You could set it on like 1,000 1,000 rotations and just turn it on and let it go, and it would break in the washers, but I never got around to doing that. Y'all want to see this knife this morning? Or you want to wait for the review? I'm sure you'll say see it, but see what else we got going on here. On the knife Reddits. There's the new Cortex. Looks pretty cool. There's the Anthem. Yeah, that transient looks good. Can't wait to get that one. Looking forward to the Cortex too. What else we got? Gonzo, Skelly. You want to see it? All right, let's take a quick look. I'm sure TC Blades, I'm sure you have this model already. This is actually my first tenable. Good morning, Maple Jake. So I won't do the full unboxing experience, but I will show the knife at least. It's called the Ray, and it is that knife right there. It says that these, let's see, it's black micarta, of course. It says with dimples. So the dimples, you know, do their thing. They give you a little, they do go in a little bit, and they give you a little place to get some grip on, I guess. I like the blade shape overall. I like the clip, good deep carry clip. Action seems good on it. Reverse flick. The thumb studs are pretty close to the handle. You can get in there and still reverse flick it fine. I do like the yeah, the thumb studs are they're a little close to the scales. I guess they tried to center it in that circle, this cutout here. They tried to like center it for ergos. Good morning, Nick. You can get in there and flick it, and I guess regular flick. Yeah, that's at a good placement. The thumb stud's at a good placement for regular, just normal flick. I'm not sure. Yeah, I like that. I like that profile of the blade. Pretty cool. The jimping on the back here, not very aggressive, but it gives you a little bit of a ramp there. Flipper works great. It's at a good angle with the pivot, so that it'd be really hard to fail. The detent feels good too. Let me see if I can get this knife to fail. Barely. It wanted to open all the way, but I was trying to just barely. Yeah. See, even trying, very hard to fail. Detent's very nice on it. Does have nested liners, so you lefties won't have to worry about hitting it. Yeah, the dimples, I don't know why they added the dimples, but that's, it's a design choice, I guess. Everybody wants holes and dimples and stuff nowadays. At least they didn't put full of holes. They only kind of just hinted at holes. I mean, I guess they should have just gone ahead and put full holes if they're going to put the dimples, but quick little sneak peek of that. Like I said, that is called the Rei, R-E-I. Let's see. Let's go look at some upcoming knives. Some new arrivals at Blade HQ. See what's been coming out. Boker's really been hitting the game hard here recently. I'll tell you what, I really don't like that blade look. What is the point of that? Other than to just get stuck in anything you would stick it in. Pretty wild. But Boker has been trying to sling a bunch of knives out. That's rather expensive. I guess it's because of that's a pretty pattern on that handle though. I like that color scheme and that pattern. Pretty cool little knife. Got the Gen 3 Combat Trudons coming out. That knife I couldn't think of the other day, that Ifengro, was a copy of the SOCOM. Mini Bedlams. Oh, look. An overpriced Benchmade. Imagine that. G10 knife for $350. Yeah, anybody that says Benchmade is not overpriced is out their mind. G10 knife with S90V for $350. Crazy. No thank you. Oh yeah. Let me show y'all the deal I got on a bundle last night before I forget. I saw this bundle pop up. I really didn't need it. But, that never stopped me before. So I got this bundle right here. I got these 5 knives. It's a Kaiser original, a Vosted Corgi, another TS 430, a pair of 2, and a Kaiser drop bear. So I got all 5 of those knives for $140. So yeah, a heck of a deal. The PM2 alone is probably worth that, especially since it came with a, let's see what it says. He's the first owner, factory edge, carried a few times, cut a few boxes. That's it. Comes with box, OG clip, purple tie backspacer, DLC tie clip, S35 VN, S45 VN. So anyway, I got that plus all the other 4 for $140. He was asking $160, but I messaged him and asked him if he'd take $140, and he said yes. So he's the second owner of the Kaiser original. Been heat anode to a nice blue-gray color. Great action with no box. Vosted Corgi, first owner. Kaiser drop bear and 154 CM, second owner. Tucson is basically brand new. He goes into explaining that he couldn't get the clip off because one of the screws is stripped, but you don't need to take the clip off to disassemble it. Anyway, I got all 5 of those for $140. Thought it was a great deal. I'm going to sell off a couple of them and get that PM2 for free and probably sell it too. Probably sell all of them. Try to make a little money off of them. All right, back to Blade HQ. SevrSevn, good morning. Yeah, Maple Jake. People unload some knives on Knife Swap for some crazy prices sometimes. Cool thing about I bought the that's actually the same guy I bought the Wii Beacon from. I guess that's why he gave me the deal I asked for when I asked for 140. But he's already sent me one knife, so I know he's legit. And he's a new seller. Hey, there's a Hawk custom deadlock for y'all. Anyway, I know he's a legit seller, and he has to use PayPal goods and services. So if I don't get my knives, I can just file a claim with goods and services, but I'm sure they'll come. He's going to be tracking today, actually, so. There's the Hawk deadlock. Still haven't held one of those. Still would like to, just to see what it feels like. Since I talk trash about OTFs having blade play all the time, I want to see what one feels like that doesn't. Can't justify spending that kind of money, of course, but maybe at a blade show I'll be able to touch one. Dreadlock knife. What is the dreadlock? Do we know what that is? Oh. That's a pricey knife, but pretty cool looking. I know Paragon has that knife that I have a copy of that has that weird pivot lock thing. Let's see. Wait, was that it's a gravity knife. Let's see if we can get a quick little.
for a minute, you know what this is probably, even though. So the blade is basically encapsulated.
Ah. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to that.
It's got a very, very unique, patented, this is the only one that I know of that does anything like this. I'm sure there's a bunch of cool creative stuff that
you
I haven't
squeeze
seen
on
or
both
heard of
sides
yet,
and it
but
spreads it apart, I'm guessing.
this particular one is the kind of a newer version of it. Call it a dreadlock. It's a Tonto blade. It's two-tone.
Good morning,
I
Patrick.
thought this color difference right here was kind of interesting, but then I realized why. So right here, up until this point, it's flat right here. But after that, the entire handle starts tapering in, getting a little bit narrower, which is pretty awesome. Just because it's different makes this really, really unique. You squeeze the pivot together, both sides. It spreads the handles apart just by pressing the pivot. And this is a gravity knife. So when you hold it down, it opens it up enough to let the blade go. And so there you go. Now I've only had it like 20 hours, so it's not like I'm a master of this thing yet. And I'm trying to hold my camera.
How scratched does that blade end up getting?
A phone mount, so I can start doing a little bit better video.
And how many times you hit the edge on the? I don't know. I guess maybe you don't hit the edge,
bring
but
a desk inside. So
there's parts of it that's got to get scratched.
Outside in the shop.
Pretty wild. Asheville steel. Yeah, novelty. I agree. I mean, it's cool for what it is, but it's a little bit of a novelty. What are we talking about? Asheville steel, is that who makes it? SevrSevn, do you want to pop up on video and show us some knives? It's up to you, man. We do it today or tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Whatever. I do like how both ends of that knife are shaped like my state. Pretty wild. It looks symmetrical though. It looks clean, and I guess they did that because they'd have to make the end of it look like that for that blade shape to fit in there in that pocket. So there's some good engineering thoughts behind that. It is a bit of a novelty. Paragon has a few different locks. Seem to be thinking a little bit outside the box. There's a good one for Knives Are Life. Good old Karambit. Pretty pricey too. SevrSevn was saying he wanted to come up sometime, kind of like you did. So let me give him a chance to come up first before we get you back on again. I mean, you're welcome anytime, Ed, but SevrSevn mentioned to me a couple of days ago that he said something at the end of the video that he'd like to pop in at some point, so thought I'd give him a shot. Yeah, man, let me get Skype up and I'll send you a link, and hopefully everything will work out with that. Just let me know whenever you're ready to go. Host a meeting. Start call, invite, copy link. I'm gonna send you the link in Discord, SevrSevn, for you to join the call. But just remember, if you like Ed had an issue with, make sure to open the link, copy and paste the link into Skype. Don't open it from Discord, because it'll, I mean, unless you want to try, you're welcome to try. Probably, you might have better luck. Just make sure you got an earbud in or something, or a headset, so we don't get that audio feedback. But otherwise, that'll be cool. I don't know what oh, sorry. I was getting sidetracked trying to get the Skype figured out. There's a Barker Hokkaido Mech Force. That reminds me, I haven't seen my Hokkaido in a while. Mine looks more like that. What else we got? Some Protex. I like the blade shape on that one. It's a fair price. That's about as good as you're going to get, PJ, for an American knife. Yeah, I sent it on Discord. It's in your private messages on Discord, SevrSevn. Around $200 is about the most budget you're going to find for a U.S. knife, PJ. That's a good one. You wanted to start with one. Seeing a lot of Warncliffes lately. Seems to be the popular blade style. Look at that, you want American knife. That one just screams America. Another douche nozzle of a knife company owner. I don't care for him too much. That's a big boy though, 4-inch blade. To be 4 inches long and not look that long because of how thick it is. 1.8, nearly 2 inches thick. Yeah, that's a giant boy. That knife screams America though. The price screams America too. That is an ugly knife. I don't like how he stopped the black that on the handles there. Weird. Oh, there we go. All right.
Hey, what up, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you fine.
All right, give me one sec.
Oh, you're good. You're not on the stream yet, so they just hear me talk to myself. I don't have the audio piped over yet. Oh, there we go. All right, guys. Without further ado, I guess I'll bring in SevrSevn. Let me see if I can get that done. Skype, properties, person. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, you got the screen. Do you want to, I guess you want to stay vertical?
I'm fine with whatever.
Well, I just know that, like I'll have, you'll be, I mean, you're welcome to do whatever. Vertical's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, vertical's cool. With me too, man.
All right. Let me see if the chat. Make sure the chat can hear. We can hear him. We can hear him as well. Okay. I think you're good to go, man. So if you just want to show us some knives or do whatever you do, he says he's getting echo.
Sweet.
I don't know how you're getting echo.
Who's that?
Whoops. One of the Doc Seuss said there's echo.
From me?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're good. Yeah, you can go ahead, man. Show us whatever. Show us some new knives or show us what you got going on.
Yep. All right. So the newest one I got in yesterday was a TW Price Dawn V3. Absolutely sick. Action's incredible. Fit and finish is awesome. It's got a nice hand rubbed satin. We've got a purple pivot collar, diamond textured titanium, deep milled titanium pocket clip. Trying to get it on camera for you. And the action on this thing's pretty stupid. So, big fan of this one.
Yeah, that's one I've been wanting to get to. I have it bookmarked. I have it added to my list, but
I actually reached out to him to see if I could buy it like a month and a half ago, and he finally got around to like actually sending it out to me. So
you got it straight from him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, even brand new, they weren't bad at all. I think it was like $285.
Yeah.
This is my fake Astrum, and this is probably my favorite clone to date. I put skiffs in it.
Yeah.
Action on it's fantastic.
Yeah, there's just something about those green thorns, man. Their tolerances are just so tight. Like the action just gets stupid when you put skiffs in them.
Yeah, and this one's broken in really well over time. Some of the more impressive stuff, I would say, is my full dress artist and enchanter. So it's full-time mask is good.
It's got a mirror polished blade too, huh?
Yeah.
And what's that called? The Enchanter?
Yeah, they've got a wizard series, and then there's like the mage, the sorcerer, and then the enchanter, and this one's the enchanter.
Huh.
I try to bring myself to carry it, but I really can't.
Yeah, that's the same way I am with my mirror polished blade. I just can't do it. Like, even though mine was only like $300, like I've got other knives that I carry that are $300, but it's just something about that blade.
Normally this was like $750, but I got it through the website that I use for like I think like $400.
Oh
so it was, it was a pretty damn good deal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, I've got this is the Gen X blade.
Yeah,
this is a Chinese mid-tech.
Yeah, I still love that knife.
Yeah, I got that second one coming in. Action on this thing is ridiculous. Metal Complex did a review on it, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it. This thing's wild, but this will probably be a permanent piece too, just because they're really hard to get.
Who's the OEM on that? Is it Best Tech or is it Riot?
This is Riot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it looks like a Riot.
After Riot, the maker went through and did some work on each knife, and that's kind of what gives it that mid-tech status.
Yeah.
Yeah. One knife that I really want that I had to sell is a Brian Brown Corvus. So
yeah, I've got a Corvus.
You have a Brian Brown Corvus?
Yeah.
Which finish is it?
It's the plain Jane, just like most all my other knives.
Yeah, that's the exact one I want.
Yeah, I probably won't be getting rid of my Brian Browns except for one of my Raptors.
So this is the Cast Brand Neutron Star. Oh, that's right. I just tightened it up so it's not very drop shedding.
Is it on?
There's some knives that
Is it
I
on
have two
washers?
of. No, it's on bearings, but I took it apart last night and retightened everything down. And I was going to finish it today because whenever it's aligned, it's off center. And whenever it's aligned, it's stiff. Whenever it's off center, it's loose. So I just have to take it apart and mess with it some more.
Oh, okay.
Of course, we've got the Greenthorn Annex Integral.
Yep. Great knife.
Yeah, really big fan of the that mirror-ish hand satin. Of course, I love integrals. That's probably what my collection aims the most for is integrals. We have the Greenthorn Loxa, another full integral. It's kind of a hand satin. And what's crazy is this pocket clip is so long. Gotta get to the camera. And it actually acts as an over travel stop for the lock bar.
Oh, yeah?
Which is kind of bad. Yeah. First time I'd seen that.
Huh. Yeah, that is cool. I threw up beside you over there. Pete made a rendition of what he thinks the Devo Tallboy should look like. Is it coming across in my... Oh, do you have my video coming through on your Skype? No, you don't, do you? Hold on.
On the YouTube screen, I see me, and then I see your...
There you go.
That Devo...
You should be able to see on Skype now what the broadcast is seeing.
It's blown up.
Yeah, it should come in a second, maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
okay.
I've got you over to the side there.
I got this guy. This is the Cast brand Paladin.
Huh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's so it's front flipper only. And it's got this really nice sheep's foot.
Well, that is cool. Is it a integral?
No, this one's not. I wish it was. But it's super smooth.
Yeah, it looks like the style of knife that would lend good to being an integral.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. But so that one's pretty dope. Of course, I've got this guy, Noisemaker.
Yep.
Not the loudest.
I ended up getting my other one in, so I got both models now.
This thing came with like its own proprietary skips in it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's the first knife I've gotten from China that had like fully caged ceramic bearings, like some of the best bearings that have come with any clone that I've gotten.
Yeah, the action on the thing's kind of stupid.
Yeah, that knife right there is the reason I wanted. That knife made me want to sell a bunch of my knives because I realized how good they can actually be when they try. You know, like in China, and it made me like $300 and $400 and $500 knives are stupid when you can get that one for $80. Like
seriously, yeah. I respect people whenever they say they don't like clones, but like a lot of times people are like, you never get your money out of them. It's a total waste. And it's like, no, you're tripping. You almost always get your money back out of them.
Yeah.
If not something super, super close. Like, here's the new, not new, but new to me.
Duckling.
Duke, or Duckling. Huge fan of this. Holy cow. I mean, I want to hold a real one just to compare them.
Yeah,
because of how fantastic this one is.
Yeah, you sound like me. Like that knife shocked me too. Like I didn't realize how much I would like the contour, like that thumb groove down the middle of the scales, like where it's all smooth, like where your thumb just fits down in there on the side of the scales. It's so comfortable. Yeah, it made me want to hold a real one too. But that's another one of those $1,000 knives or $900 knives that I just can't justify. Like,
I'll probably end up getting one just so I could see the difference. This is the one I stripped though. So luckily I was able to buy a Timascus pivot from Ali. So I was able to replace it and
Um,
it
po-
worked pretty good.
Post that link in the Discord if you don't mind to that pivot because I'd like to grab one too.
Sure, yeah, I can do that. Um, I've got this ginormous Greenthorn kickstop.
Yep.
This thing is absolutely massive.
The Lee.
Yep. And then just to put it next to the Astrum, like
Yeah.
it dwarfed it.
Yeah. It's
I mean
those two right there are two I got in the mailbox on the same day. Like when I ordered 3 Greenthorns. I got the Lee, the Astrum, and something else all on the same day. But that 4-inch blade on that Lee is ridiculous.
oh yeah.
And it's one of those blades that makes me want to stab something with it. Like it just makes you want to poke something.
No, it's a hell of a blade. Got the fancy mini Momo with the Timascus and the carbon fiber, and then it's got a hand satin on the blade.
Hold that one. Can you get 4 fingers on the mini Momo? The mini Momo? Or is it like 3.5 or show back?
No, it's 4.
4. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I haven't held a mini Momo. I know the Momo seems huge to me, so I thought a mini might be a decent sized knife.
Yeah, if I put the mini next to the dupling.
Okay.
The mini's
Overall lengths are they? Or I can't back them up a little bit so I can see the overall length. Like hold, yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, it's a good size knife.
Yeah, I'd recommend the mini Momo to anybody. This knife is insanely addictive. Action is stupendous. Easy to carry. Yeah, really big fan of this knife. We got Max Ace King Snake. It's got this really wicked recurve to it. Big fan of this knife. Although I stripped this a little bit too because I wanted to put skip in it. So it's kind of a bummer. I have to order a new pivot and then I need to punch out the pivot that's in there.
Are you still there? What happened?
Oh yeah. I'm just grabbing one more.
All right. Yeah, I've got some I was going to show real quick while you're doing that. Go ahead.
Kubi Velvet Snake with the Damtanium scales, which is my favorite scale.
Wait.
And then last one.
What was that again? Velvet Snake?
Yeah, this is the Kubi Velvet Snake.
Because that's the same pattern that's on my stroller.
Yeah, they launched at the same time, and there was the stroller that had the Damtanium, and then there was the Velvet Snake that had it.
So I might have to grab one of those. If you ever want to sell it to me.
They're not too bad. I picked mine up off my website for I think like $150 or something like that instead of the $220 or whatever.
Off that wholesale website or whatever, where you get the prices, dealer prices.
Yep. And then the last one I'll show is my kind of like Sabenza budget replacement. So it's a single thumb stud by Max Ace. It does run on washers, but the action is like crazy good. It's got that nice stone wash.
Oh yeah, the bead blast or whatever.
Yeah, and then it's got like this wicked compound ground blade.
Yeah.
So, But for being washers,
What
this is smoother than some of my bearing knives.
and what's that Max Ace model? Do you remember the name of it?
This one is the Peregrine 2.
Peregrine 2. Okay. Did you get that
And
from
I,
from,
I
from
mean,
Alley or from the website?
no, this one I got off White Mountain Knives. I
Oh,
think they retail for like 180, and then after discount it was like 150.
all right.
But I'd say worth every bit. I mean, this knife is fantastic. I've used mine quite a bit, and like I said, it kind of gives you that Sebenza-ish feel
Yeah.
with the washers and the
Front
bead
flipper.
blast or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front flipper, single thumbstick deployment. So yeah, big fan of this one. And I mean, I'd say that's mostly the noteworthy stuff. Oh, here, actually, one more. Sorry, I forgot my giant Damtanium Tuya Wolf.
Oh yeah. And that's the Tuya Wolf.
Yeah, but these scales were done by Knife Addict Dylan. The scales cost 125 bucks, which isn't too bad. At least I
No,
didn't think it was too bad.
no, that's not bad at all. That's the same price as like original goat and stuff.
Yeah, and he polished them, contoured them, and then obviously the blade is filthy. Got
Yeah,
really good action.
yeah, that's a cool knife. I'll have to go back. What did you say that is again? A Tuya Wolf. Tuya Wolf.
Yeah, and Tuya's got a bunch of 10% discount codes going on right now. I can't recall any of them, but pretty much any YouTuber is going to have them. So this was on sale for I think 169, and then after the 10%, it'll drop down to like 145 or something like that.
Okay.
But I would say this knife, out of all the knives I have, if I was recommending one, I'd say get the Tuya Wolf, even if you don't get custom scales, because it's fantastic. But then, you know, you can get custom scales for it too. And all in is like 275 bucks between the knife and the scales. And I absolutely fucking love this thing. So,
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I like it too. I that you and that pattern you're saying is damatanium. Like I really like that color scheme on my stroller. So yeah, I like that.
yeah. Well, yeah. And if you do them side by side, this is how Kubi does it. And
Yeah,
then this is how Dylan does it. And that's because he puts a polish on it. And then he contours it. So, don't get me wrong, I like it dark and subtle, but I really, really like this bright, loud version of it too.
yeah. That'd be cool to buy some of that to make like a handle with.
Oh yeah, just picking up some of the different carbon fibers. They let you make your own colors too.
Oh, do they?
But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But and he's got all sorts of colors. He's got like the shipwreck. He's got the Brittany blue, all the dark mode stuff.
What and
So
what was his name again? Dylan, the addict. The
it's Knife Addict Dylan
oh,
or Dylan for the win.
Dylan for the win. All right. Try to go. Is that's
Yeah,
on
and he can
Instagram?
do he can do anything that's a liner lock. You should actually pull him up. You can take the screen back if you want to because I'm out of stuff to show.
All right.
But you can pull him up and see some of the stuff he does.
All right. Well, man, when I pull your video off, it's going to drop the audio too. So I appreciate you popping up and showing us some stuff. That was awesome.
No, for sure, man. Yeah, and I'll stick around to see your stuff too.
All right. Cool. Sounds good. See. Yep. All right, guys. That was SevrSevn joining us live on video call. First, let's look up this Instagram for the guy that made those scales. I don't know why I have to do this every single time I click on the Instagram. I hit OK every time, but let's see. Knife Addict Dylan. I didn't spell addict right. Let's see. or Knife Addict Dylan. Dylan for the win. There we go. So there's that guy's page. Got that knocked out. Scroll down and look at some of those real quick. There's that Kaiser Sparrow with Dark Matter, Medusa Dark Matter. That's not exactly the same, but let's see. Oh, he's got the there it is. There's the Tuya Knife Wolf. I believe that's the actual knife we just looked at. So that's super cool. Oh, good morning, by the way, Fred the Lug. Yeah, those are some cool looking scales. There's the 80s camo carbon on a Vision FG, it looks like. So I guess he can make them for pretty much any liner lock, he said. So yeah, go check that guy out. Tuya Wolf. White Mountain Knives. Yep. 169. They're off the so Tuya Wolf. It doesn't matter which one you buy if you're going to buy the replacement scales, but it looks like the only ones they have right now are the 179 models, but that's an M390. I guess they all are, maybe. Let's see. Is that red one M390? Yep. Looks like they're all M390. But let's see. Add to cart. View or edit your cart. Drop the Tucson out. And with the Alchemy 10 code, you'll save $17.90. So it brings it down to $161. So that's cool. Is Fred the Lug the one you bought those that got that value pack from? Ed? With the Loxa? None of my business, but just being nosy. Let's see. Looks like Drummer is looking for a Lander 1. Ed's got a picture, a video. Let's see. Here's the Discord. Ed's got a video of a polish, ano and polish. You hear me in the background. Oh yeah, that looks good. Look, why am I drawn to your foot? I don't know. Whenever I see a foot in a video, my eyes go instantly towards a foot. I don't like feet, I guess. Look at that little piggy toe, piggy toe. This little piggy went to market. All right. Yeah, he's looking for a Lander 1 with the Sagaya pattern. I don't know how you say that word. Sagaya. I mean, I know what the pattern is, but I just don't know what the word. How do you say the word? Nice. Fred the Lug. You need to hit me up in my email. Maybe I'll get some knives from you. Yeah, you asked about the Corvus. So I've got these are the Brian Browns I have. I've got 2 of the Raptors. I've got the jigged. I wish this one didn't have holes in it, but I do like the pattern on it. But there's the Raptor with the jigged Segaya. Yes, Segaya. It's kind of what I said. This is the carbon fiber Raptor. This is the Yeager V3. They make this one in a flipper and a non-flipper. I am not on any other Discords, Fred. And then, of course, this is the Corvus. I don't know if that's the model you're looking for, but that's the one I got. I got this one off a Knife Swap. I love this knife. Like, I love the blade shape. I love the handle shape. I love the different kind of pivot collar. Clips good. Doesn't hang up. Action's butter. Sound it makes is butter. So yeah, those are the Brian Browns I've got. And then, of course, another favorite of mine is the Dan Carrera. Come on, focus. You see his name on the back there. Dan Carrera Integral. Fred, my email is right here in the corner, bottom left corner. It's just bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. Yeah, it's right there in the bottom left corner. Carrera. Yep. Carrera. This was I believe this is my first integral. And it goes good with these Brian Brown knives. Kind of looks good next to the Corvus because of those blade shapes. This Raptor is actually up for sale. Yeah, Fred, you're welcome to come up on the live whenever. As long as you can use Skype and can keep the audio from echoing by having a headset or a earbud in. If you want to. All right, Ron Crow, good to see you. Good luck at the doctor. I hope you're not pregnant. All right, the link is, let's see, right here. Hold on just a second. There's the link. I don't know, should work, hopefully. Oh, does he have a new one on his site? Let's see. Oh, I hear some audio. You joined the call. Yep, there we go. Can you hear me? I see. Yep, I can hear you. Hello. I don't actually have you on the outgoing stream yet, but I will whenever you. I'm looking at this new. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me finish looking at this knife. Yeah, I don't have you on the stream yet, so you can do whatever. What's the new one he has? SevrSevn. I see the 904, but what's oh, the DTF? Is that the new one? Yeah, that might be it. All right, Fred, I'm going to bring you over to the video now. Hold on just a second. Let me see. Source. Skype. Well, no, he didn't show up. Hold on. Oh, that's the Discord. Whoops. Wrong link. Hold on. About to have you over there. There we go. All right, let me turn on that video. Full screen. All right, you got the screen now. Should be good to go.
That's interesting.
Hopefully they can hear you.
Okay, I don't know. What do people want to see?
Show us whatever you want to. Heck, I don't know. Do you have a bunch for sale? Do you have some for sale? Is that what you said?
I do have a bunch for sale, but I'm not sure if people want to necessarily see what I have for sale. But if they do, I am up to showing it.
Well, you said I can get on the live and show you all. So I guess all just means whatever.
I do.
And how can people find you if they want to buy these? Instagram or?
I normally post them on Discord.
Oh, on Discord? And what Discord server?
I use TKE. I use, I'm on
And I'm not familiar
Instagram.
with.
Yeah, Fred the Lug.
I'm not familiar with many Discords. TKE, what? The Knife's Edge.
The Knight's Edge. That's correct.
Yep.
I'm on that one. I'm on Rochambeau. I'm on Matisfaction.
Okay.
Matisfaction and the Knight's Edge are free. You don't have to be a member to be on them.
Okay.
Whereas the other ones, you have to be a member of the channel.
Right. And do they have a specific channel just for buying and selling and trading and stuff?
They have within the Discord, there's various subgroups, and one of them is they're called different things on different servers, but one of them is called the buy sell trade, or one of them is they all have different interesting names.
Yeah, Trader's Post or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think on Tri-States it's buy sell trade. On the Knight's Edge it's also buy sell trade. On Matisfaction it's stuff for sale.
Nick Martino said, "Good to see you," and said you're an actual doctor.
I am.
He said, "Good to see you," and is waving. I don't know if you can see the chat, but
I am. I have the chat on a separate screen.
oh, okay, cool.
There is a time delay, so I'm also trying to figure out what is going on screen and what's not. So
yeah, well,
so these are some of them that I have.
Okay.
I have the Benchmade, Bug Out. This here is the Keenison Basset Hound. This is a titanium version of the Kubi. What is this one called? Oh my God. Momentum, and this is titanium with M390. If anybody wants me to pull them out and show, I can.
Okay.
This one here is a Latama Victorum, and it's called the Virtu.
What's the price on that Latama?
The Latama, I currently have it for what do I have it for? $215. It's $250 on the website.
Okay.
So, and it's a great little knife. I don't know if anybody's actually played with it or not.
Yeah, I've looked at a few Latamas lately, and yeah, cool little knife.
Great action for a plunge button lock. And the owner of or the designer of this knife is a friend of mine, so I did buy a few and send them out to some of my reviewer friends. And now that everybody's been playing with them, I really only need to keep one. So I
Right,
did buy a
right.
few. So just to help my friend out.
Yeah.
This one here is very interesting. It's called a Click. It's made by Tooch Knives. What's cool about it is that it's a small little folder that has really nice action. It's a regular, liner lock, but then it also has something called a scale release. So you basically move the top scale over and it opens as an automatic. The only difference is that when you reload it, you have to actually reload the spring, but then you can use it as a regular
Oh,
knife
so it's
again.
like a double action auto kind of.
That's correct. So you can use it as a simple one, but Tooch knives are pretty expensive, and it's costly.
Yeah, yeah.
This one here is called
We looked at that one on stream one day. That Click, I believe.
mhm. This is called the Mantis Gearhead. And what's cool about this is that it has a little. You can actually see the gears as you're working. So as you push this one back, you can actually watch all the gears work in there as it's opening.
Oh, that's super cool.
And then the entire back of this here is the liner. So you push it down and it closes on you.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. Huh? That's it. And what's that one called again?
Gearhead Mantis.
Gearhead Mantis. Okay.
And this is the once very difficult to get. Now it's not so difficult. Protect Mordax. And I love to have multiple deployments, so I put a quick stud on a lot of the knives that don't have them already. This one really works great with a stud.
Yeah.
If I were to keep this, I would probably send it to someone to actually have a stud put in. But
Yeah. Those quick
it's
studs.
fantastic.
I don't know. Like to me, I mean, I guess they help out, but the ergo they just make the knife look kind of weird.
Correct, but it's a good way to check if you would like that action on your knife.
Yeah. Right.
Because there
Right.
are
Right.
some that it just does not work. And
Right.
like there's
Right.
some that I would prefer not to damage it. Like I have customs that I've done it to also. I will give an example of a custom that I've actually done it to.
Yeah. I wondered what after you had
Yeah.
them on there for a while if it would leave a mark. Like.
Well, that's, it depends how much pressure you put on it, but no. So this is a Holt Morpheus.
Yep.
This is a close to $1,000 knife. So I don't really want to damage a custom knife by putting the stud in unless I speak with Angie and Joe and get their approval to do it. So I put a quick stud, and guess what? It's probably one of the best flipping knives I have. And
Right.
then if I want to sell it, so far every time I've had a higher end knife that I put this on and I've sold it, the person that buys it wants it with the quick stud. But I could always just take the quick stud off and send it to them without it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
This is not for sale.
That's a super cool knife.
But I'm just saying, like, you can put it on almost anything. Okay, this one is just a drop bear.
Yep.
This is this one I just got back from Help with Gadgets. This is a Spyderco Sage 5 with the Rex 121.
Have you cut any bottles with it?
I have not. The truth is, I just really flick my knives around. I don't really, I really don't cut with them too much, other than like an Amazon box here and there.
Yeah, that's pretty much all of us are like that. I mean, some guys work in
Yeah,
fields where they use them every day, but most of us collectors take real good care of our knives, and they're basically brand new.
yeah. So these two here are interesting. These are both called Deadites. They're both made by the brand Concept. This one here is they're both prototypes. So they're not, these versions are not out yet. So the Concept Deadite with the frame lock is out, but this one is with an access lock. And it is a prototype, and the way you know with Concepts is that if it's a prototype, there's no blade steel name on the blade steel.
Oh,
It just
yeah,
has
yeah.
the model number.
And that
This
was
is the this
crossbar.
is
Crossbar.
it's a crossbar lock. This is the Concept Deadite. And then what happens is that they are making a tenable version. So this is the tenable version. Same
Okay.
exact knife. And you can actually see, if I will do this, that they're the same knife, but you can actually see that the tenable the materials are slightly inferior as far as quality. This is
Right.
really, you have a really nice milling lines inside the button. This is just a plain button. I don't know if there's going to be a blade steel differential. These are both prototypes, so it's not labeled, so I wouldn't know what kind of blade steel they're going to be on. Essentially, they're the same knife.
Yeah.
Just,
Concept seems to be doing that with a lot of those knives for tenable, like they're
Right.
releasing quite a few. Yeah.
But neither of these are out yet.
I think I saw them on the website at the top. They listed the Deadite or whatever, but I didn't. I think
They have the Deadite, but they have the Deadite, but in the frame lock, not in the
Oh, okay.
not in the crossbar.
Right.
This one here is a Something Obscene Nemly, one of 50 knives. So those are all for sale.
Yeah. Do you know what are you asking for the Something Obscene?
Hold on a second. The truth is, it's very hard to remember everything, so I really like to make
Write them
sure. Well, I have things that I have it for $440. Okay, this is a limited run, 25 of 50.
Right.
It cost me over $500 for it. But
Okay. Yeah, I've got a J cape and a Lek and a mini J cape. But I was wanting to. I've looked at that Nimley before. I was wanting to add another Something Obscene to my collection, so I don't know. I might not want to get a limited one, but I'm not.
Well, we can talk about it. I can, for your people here, we can give some kind of discount. I'm not saying I'm going to give things away, but I can do a little better.
Okay.
For the people on this channel.
All right, cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
The truth is, I don't really try. I try to rehome these to get more funds. Right now, I'm just building funds for Atlanta, so I just can go to Atlanta and not worry by having all these funds available. So I always do that. I always buy a lot of knives and then kind of move them along. So that's the first. That's the first part.
Do you ever use Knife Swap on Reddit?
The truth is, I kind of don't.
Yeah. I know some people.
Like the
some
personal
people don't.
touch.
Yeah.
I like the personal touch of some of the other channels better.
Yeah. No, that's no problem. I just know a lot of people. A lot of the Knife Swap guys, they just seem to move knives around, just pass them around, kind of like they just want to hold it for a day and then pass it on. So. I need to get more active in some of those Discords because I like dealing person to person and getting to know people, and the channel and building some rapport.
Yeah, so the truth is, a lot of these are not for sale because I have a lot of the ones that I have for sale actually at reviewers getting reviewed. So TKE has a bunch, and Helps with Gadgets has a bunch, and Dan Kenman has one. So I don't normally keep them here if I'm not really using them. I do have one or two more that are a little more interesting.
Okay.
Just because they're prototypes. So this one, let's see if I can get you a little bit better as far as
the Ekis.
Correct. But this is actually the prototype from Blade Show Atlanta last year.
Okay.
Again, there's no blade steel on it, named on it.
I love how the clip milling matches up with the scale milling, so it just kind of fades away.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's always fun getting prototype knives that aren't brand, that don't even have the name. I've got a Ray Laconico that he did for Kaiser that I bought off Blade Binge, but it actually came from Way of Knife, so a bunch of names in there, but it doesn't even have the knife name on it yet. It just says Laconico TBD on it, like to be determined. But
that's awesome.
But it ended up becoming the Intrepid. But so I've got one that's and the one thing I've questioned about prototypes is I wasn't sure that they would do the full heat treat the same way that they did on production ones.
That is correct. A lot of the prototypes are done in like 9CR or some kind of nondescript steel, because they're not actually meant for use. They're meant for verifying that the knife works, the action works, the angles work. So I wouldn't necessarily, these are not going to be Magna Cutter 20CV, but a lot of them can be like 14C or 9CR or, other types of steels.
Yeah. That's awesome. But prototypes are fun because they're hard to, and we watched some of the Blade Show Texas videos, and they were showing quite a few prototypes, and they kept saying they're not for sale, they're not for sale, and I was like, yeah, they end up hitting the market somehow. Somebody that works there sells them off.
Well, exactly. And what happens is that, like, a lot of times at the Blade Show, I'll come up to them and say, I'll buy this from you. You can have it at the show the entire time. I'll come to you in the last hour of the show and pick it up. And I give them money up front. Yeah. And a lot of times they'll do that. They know me by now. So a lot of them will say, yeah, this is okay, but there's no way I can get this one going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, BEDC sniped me on like 4 things that I wanted this year.
Yeah, I think he was maybe one of the videos that we watched of him walking around.
Oh yeah. Actually, I hung out with him and Dan Kemen and Melissa and a few people. It was kind of fun. You know what? I bought one custom, and I bought like 4 individual production, less expensive knives. And other than that, I just walked around and enjoyed the time and talking to everyone.
Yeah, we've been talking about in the channel, maybe hoping some of us can go to Blade Show Atlanta and all meet up and have a good time together.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, because that
is wonderful.
I'm outside of Nashville, so I'm only like 3.5 hours away from Atlanta. So
one of the cool things here, I'm gonna just change the setting on this camera for a moment.
You're cool.
Okay, excuse my disorganized room.
No problem.
So, yeah, it's very interesting. I wish Atlanta is very, very, very large. So it's a very hard first show to go to because there's almost 1,000 booths.
So if you're going to go do the whole 3-day experience, like if it's your first show.
So are you going to collect or are you going to schmooze?
I'm going to just see. It would be my first Blade Show period, and I've got 600 plus knives, so I don't need any more really at the moment. Right. So it'll be more just the experience.
Okay, and I don't know you that well, so I would love to ask you a few personal questions. Do you have the energy to last 50 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the reason I say that is because to me, one of the best parts of the show was the something called the pit. So the show is held at a at a location that is connected to a hotel, and everyone after the show, not everyone, but a large proportion of people after the show will head to the lobby of the hotel and hang there. It's called the Pit. And because so many people are there from the show staying in the hotel, they basically allow for the lobby restaurant, like, has tables out and lets people just sit at the tables and put out their collections, and people just walk around seeing each other's knives. And there's a lot of horse trading and a lot of selling and a lot of like just talking to the makers and to the people. And I think that my son and I, who collect together, we basically stayed there till 1 a.m. 2 of the 3 days.
Yeah. That's and that would be fun. Like that would, yeah. But then if you've already
Or if you
walked around for
have
5 or 6 hours, and then you got spend 2 or 3 more hours after, 3 or 4 hours after, then yeah, it becomes
That's
a
why
long
I'm saying,
day.
like, exactly. So that's why I asked about stamina, because you have to pick your poison. What's more important to you, the show and seeing all the new knives, or the mingling afterwards? And so
Yeah, I can see knives. It'd be cool seeing some of the customs and some of the stuff you're only going to be able to see at the show. But as far as like the major vendor tables, you can see that stuff. But the getting with people is, you can't do that, online. You can't. So spending time with people would be a lot more important to me. Like, Nick just said that Blade Show Atlanta should be a week because it's so big and long. Like,
Well, for some people it is a week, because some of the people I know stayed 3 nights in the um, in the parking lot waiting online
oh,
prior
really?
to the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So people camp out and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
There's some pretty hardcore people.
yeah, my son went at like 5 in the morning and got online.
Yeah. Do they give out like swag bags and stuff to the first few people, or do they give out like do different vendors give out stuff? I'm sure they all pass out their lanyards and whatever you can. Yeah.
So, for one, there is no swag bags being given out when you first get in, even if you're like first online. People are basically, the minute they open the doors, they're rushing to the tables that they were waiting online for, because they're
Oh,
trying to
okay.
get, like, let's say, I know my son's first table was Serge Panchenko.
Right.
So he picked up this beauty.
Oh yeah, that is pretty.
Okay. And then he went to his second table, and that second table was already sold out.
Oh wow, wow.
And that was 10 minutes after the show started.
Right. So if you're going, yeah, if you're there, yeah, there's different people that go for different reasons. If you're one of those people that are trying to get there to get, a knife, you got to be one of those people running, like, it's crazy.
And this is the one I picked up at Blade, Texas this time. The only custom I got.
Or
Like a
Pina,
custom
nice.
Pena. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool knife. His name always throws me off for him being USA made. It always makes me want to say it Hispanic, like Hispanic, just because the way his name is. But yeah, but I love his knives.
And both of them are actually, him and his wife are actually born in the U.S. They're just
Yeah,
a first generation USA. So
right.
they were brought up, and they were both in Texas, from what I remember speaking with
Yeah,
them. But I will say that the experience of the show is much better than the knives. The knives are great, but
right.
meeting all the people was great. And this year, I actually had a hat that said Fred the Lug, and a lot of people came up to me. They know me from Discord, they know me from YouTube, whatever. So it was a lot. It was very friendly, and I
Yeah.
met a lot of the other YouTube personalities. I'm not a YouTube personality. I just participate a lot.
Right. You're one of the people that makes the YouTubers succeed by being there and helping them, with supporting them. Yeah.
Well, I have so many knives. It's not like I can play with all of them. And there's some that I don't send out because I'm too nervous about shipping things that are irreplaceable.
Right.
It's very hard to. It doesn't matter how much a knife costs because you can insure things. But if you lose a knife that took you 3 years to get because it's a book order, if you cannot replace it because the maker might not be able to make it again.
Right. Right. Yeah. I didn't realize how big the scene was with the pass around kind of thing until recently. Like, I didn't realize how many knives that people are showing aren't theirs. You know, like, I just assumed, I mean, you know, being new to I've only been collecting for about a year and a half. So I'm not huge, you know, I'm just learning stuff like in the background that I didn't really realize, you know, as much about how they all get passed around and the same people are looking at the same knives, and people like you are the ones sending them the knives to look at. Like, it's pretty wild.
But there are some like wild knives, like this one right here.
Yep.
Is that focusing okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the entire knife is carbon fiber.
Oh yeah, neat. Is that the one that who had that one? Metal, was it Metal Complex or Neat? I think it was Metal Complex. Yeah, it was MC that had that one that showed it. He was talking about it. Was that your knife that he showed?
No.
Okay.
I've never sent anything to MC.
Yeah, I think actually he got it from the people, and they made him send it back. The people that made it, but that knife was wild. Like, all the work that went into that knife was wild.
So the issue with this knife is that Jason is still sending out knives that were purchased 3 years ago. He's still making the knives that he sold 3 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that knife, go look up a video on it. It's wild, all the different parts, and the engineering behind it is pretty wild. But yeah, 3 years is a long time to wait on a knife.
Exactly, and that's kind of why I I get very anxious about sending anything that's not production and replaceable.
And that was called the interface.
Correct.
Yeah.
VC Edge.
VC Edge. Yeah. There's some of those new I guess, I don't know. There was somebody asking the other day about wanting to get a knife that didn't have metal blades and all that in it. And I didn't ask why, you know, but it's kind of weird when you ask that question. But there's quite a few makers now that are making ceramic blades and stuff. Oh yeah, it's just the edge, the edge of it's metal, right? But the rest of it's carbon fiber or something.
Right. So the edge, the label on the top of the blade that says what steel it is, the pivot, the lock bar, the clip are metal. Everything else is carbon fiber.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there are quite a few people making some like weird material knives now, ceramic and carbon fiber, and I know Cold Steel even makes quite a few like G10 blade knives or something, or pretty wild. Well, Fred, I've got to actually go help my daughter, so I'm gonna. But man, it was super interesting talking to you and hearing a little bit about the backstory of some of the shows and stuff, and you're welcome to come up anytime you feel like it. We're here every morning, so yeah, we've got a good group joined together, and it's usually about 20 people every morning at 8 a.m. ready to talk about knives. So, welcome to join us anytime. I appreciate you hopping in and showing us some stuff.
No problem. And if you guys are at the show, I'd love to say hello.
Yeah, and so Discord's a way to find you. Instagram, Fred the Lug. If anybody's interested in any of those knives he had for sale, he said he might work out a little bit of a discount for you guys. So go hit him up if you're interested in any of those. And Fred, we appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
All right, buddy. See you. All right, guys. That was awesome. I'm super excited to have somebody else pop up on video, especially somebody as cool as Fred seemed to be. And it'd be awesome to meet up at Blade Show Atlanta. I've got to make plans to make that happen. I've got a lot of time off on work accrued, so I need to take advantage of some of that. I'm one of those people that never takes vacation. I just keep working, and I end up having to like scramble to get to use it or lose it. I just never seem to use my vacation hours. So Blade Show would be a great first show, I guess. Yeah, Nick, it's not anything special. We were just, I mean, SevrSevn came up earlier and was asking about the Corvus. He didn't realize I had one. So I just brought all my Brian Browns out real quick, and Dan Carrera. Before Fred joined in, we were going to look at that new Carrera. TC Blades do it today. If you're going to get a room, yeah. I actually, I'm management at a hotel, so that kind of helps. I can get super cheap rooms at my brand hotel, so I might can hook y'all up on some rooms. SevrSevn, you said it was the third one, I believe. This one with the milled hole. Ah, the blade's different. Okay, I got you. So that one definitely does look quite different than the one I've got on the table. I don't know what I think about those giant blade windows. Is that the one you were talking about? Yeah, I think I like my thumb stud version better with the harpoon. Did that one have that one didn't have a harpoon, did it? Whoops. Wrong way. Yeah, it did have the harpoon. I just didn't notice it. I was too busy staring at that huge blade window. Yeah, that reminds me of the decimal blade window. Seems like a lot of guys are doing the bigger blade holes nowadays. Nick, the Tenable box is a knife they sent me to do an unboxing review of. It's the Ray in black micarta. I can show you on their website. Tenable Knives Ray. It's this version right here. They sent me the one with the dimples. I don't know why, but they did. It's that knife right there. Reasonably priced. I believe there's some codes going around too that'll get it below $50. Could be wrong about that, but they asked me which version I wanted, and I told them the black micarta. So I guess I picked the dimples. I might have should have gotten the blue micarta, but oh well. I don't guess. They gave me a choice of 3 knives, and I picked one of the other ones. I was hoping they would send me one of the other ones, but they didn't. Let me see if I can see her email. Yeah, right here. I told her. Oh, the Fermi. Fermi was the other one I wanted to look at from them. So I should have got. I was hoping they would send me that one. That's the one I wanted to check out. So I guess the dimples I didn't really pay attention to. Yeah, that's what I said earlier, Nick. They should have just made the holes all the way through if they're going to make those little dimples. So, yeah, that's what that is. And the other ones were just stuff. I keep all my Spydercos out. These are the two I carried last night, the two Kaisers, the Bulldog and the Towser S. Just carried around the house. And so that's why they're out. But those 5 I keep out for size. Well, those 4 I keep out for size comparisons on unboxing videos because a lot of people have those knives. And they don't really have a home, so that's why they're here. This one I'm selling, and it just stays here too. I don't know. I need to put it somewhere. And then these 2 Kaisers were the 2 that 2 super cool little knives. The Bulldog is an awesome little knife. The ergos on it are great. Of course, the crossbar is like butter. Like, you can't beat the action on it. And then the Towser S is another super cool little knife that's very comfortable with that finger choil. I love the patterning on it too. Got some good grip. The steel on the Manix 2 is the standard S30V, I guess. Yeah, it's the S30V. It's half serrated. It's got the Meton Boss circuit board scales on it. That's why I bought it, for the scales. SevrSevn, yes, I'm still interested in it. So don't get rid of it yet. I'm almost to the point where I can think about getting stuff posted for sale now. So yeah, I am still interested. I'm just slow and busy, and I'm almost there. I'm a day or so away from getting all that sorted and getting all that figured out. Before we end the stream, I guess, let me show y'all what I've gotten accomplished with the cleaning up and getting stuff sorted here. So let me turn this on, see if this is working. Yep, that's working. Oh, you sent White Mountain Knives an email with your dream tall boy? Oh, that's awesome. Maybe they'll do an exclusive. Let's see. Let me turn off that camera, turn off Firefox. All right. Let me switch the mic over to my phone. Give me just a second. So I don't know what's going on with the microphone on my phone. Could y'all hear me at all when I was talking? Aha. It disconnected. I think I know what's going on. I think I'm on a different Wi-Fi network than the server. Yes, maybe that's why. Give me just a second, guys. I'm wondering what's going on with the stupid. All right, now let's go back and see if it's working. All right, let me switch the mic over again and see if it works. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the mic. I had my phone sitting down. I was trying to figure out what was going on with the stupid audio. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stupid microphone here. It was working great. Yeah, I know it's working now because I just switched it back to my regular mic, but it was working fine. But now I can't get levels from my phone. So I guess oh, that's awesome, Pete. Super cool news. I'm going to try one last time to switch the microphone over. If y'all can't hear me, just bear with me. I'm going to go show y'all a. All right, guys, it doesn't seem like the microphone is working correctly, so I'm going to go show y'all what I've done anyway, and y'all just have to hear it without audio, I guess. Maybe I can leave the doors open and yell, and y'all can hear me, but I don't know why. I don't know why the audio is not working. It seemed to have worked before. Y'all heard me in there fine. Yeah, it's so weird. Let me try one more setting here. All right, let me see if that fixed it. Hold on. All right, yeah, it's still not working. I will. I'll leave both doors open and try to yell. Give me just a second. So I'll leave the doors open. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Actually, I doubt you'll be able to hear me. Yeah, you probably can't hear me, but here's all my cases. If you can barely hear me, that's cool. I don't know. I'm trying to yell through the house. Uh, all these cases are full. I've got this cleaned up over here. These are just ones in boxes. see that. I know you probably couldn't hear it, but I was trying to yell as much as I could. I'll have to do figure out my technical difficulties. So yeah, I don't know what's up with the mic on this phone camera, but it wasn't working. Totally weird. Those boxes by the laptop on the counter are ones that are empty. I've got pretty much everything cleaned up. Yeah, so I got that. I don't know. I'm almost done. Got things organized and in groups where I can put them all in their bags together. I'm getting rid of a lot of those bags I don't like and moving them over. My daughter's already messaging me about helping her. Gotta message her and tell her I'm coming soon. Joy of having children. You get to help them. Heck, I love helping. Yeah, and all those ones in the middle, between all the knives laid out, are all my high dollar clones. All my Rosies and Hilbergs and all that stuff that are in, and all my green thorns. So that's what all those bags and stuff were. And then at the other end were the beginning of all my nice clones down there. But I'm sure y'all could see kind of a breakdown of what was going on with the sorting. Yeah, I don't know. Having that mic not work pissed me off, of course, because I couldn't talk to y'all and like tell them, no, I might make Fred the thumbnail. No, I'm just joking. It was super cool to have Fred on though. Once again, Fred, I totally appreciate that. That was awesome. Of course, like I'm a noob collector compared to him. He's an OG, I'm sure, and he's got probably one knives that are worth more than my collection. I don't know about total, but he had some super nice knives. It was great to see some of his stuff. Yeah, Fred was a super cool guy. I'm glad he offered to pop up on video because I definitely took him up on that. I'm glad I did. Gaming Sandals, sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope you get to feeling better. Y'all keep Gaming Sandals in your thoughts today. Wish him a speedy recovery. Yeah, I'll definitely have Fred on again. I really like that. Kind of wish I would have had more time today, but give him a little time to get some stuff organized to show us too, because he was kind of on the spot, didn't know what to show, you know, and I get it. I'm sure he didn't think this morning when he got up that he'd be on a live video stream. So maybe we'll plan it next time and have a little bit better and see a little bit more of his collection. That'd be awesome. Thank you again for SevrSevn popping up too. That was awesome. Seeing some of his beautiful knives. I really do like that Gen X. I got to get one of those whenever I can. Let's see what else going on. Standard housekeeping. What do I want to throw in my pocket? I think I'm going to throw the Dan in my pocket today. Although, I'll put one in my back pocket. I'll take this because it's serrated, and if she needs something weird cut, I will have that to cut weird stuff. Yeah, he sounded like he sent out quite a few knives to people, which is awesome. Being that trusting is a trait that more people should have, and I guess it goes to his belief in the human race as a whole, and that's inspiring to see. As I don't know, when I look out at society today, I don't know that I have that same outlook, but anyway, guys, I'm going to go help my daughter now. I don't need a picture for the thumbnail. I think I've got one. Southpaw carry. To answer your question, I prefer the Lemifshi versions because they're a little thicker and heavier. But if you like a lighter, thinner knife than the Juful versions, there's only two versions available. The Jufule and Lemifshe. And those are the only two available right now. There is an XL version available from Lemifshi also. Drummer, Scott, all y'all have a great day. But yeah, if you want the Rosie clones, Lemifshi and Juful are the only two that make them. They're about to come out with a new drop soon. My daughter's messaging me again. I got to round up some tools to take with me. And thank you, Mr. Pete. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Please join the Discord if you haven't. That is something that we're trying to grow so that more people will be there when we sell and buy and sell. And the knives, the TKE Discord. Yes, I probably will take her out to lunch afterwards. TKE, the Knife's Edge, is a Discord that Fred hangs out on. Think I'm going to hop over there and check it out. Y'all do the same and say that Blade Alchemy sent you. No, I'm just kidding. You ain't got to say that. If you do buy stuff off White Mountain Knives, please use the code Alchemy10. Need to give some, show him that we can bring him some money. Yeah, and the Maddest Faction Discord. It's another one y'all can join. As Nick just said. I said it before he typed it, but there's that lag. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow morning. I decided to not massacre the quiet carry today. May do that tomorrow. Really just was kind of really tired this morning and didn't feel like getting out the tools to do it. So that's why that didn't happen. Hopefully I will figure out the microphone problem with my phone. Get that solved. Anyway, y'all have a great one. We'll see y'all tomorrow.